I'm starting. Yeah, but they'll be able to hear you. Good morning, Joy Carter. Good morning, David.
Good morning, John. How are you?
Oh, man. Grateful, you know?
As I am as well.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Good morning, Melissa.
Morning.
Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. So as we're waiting for a few more people to get on the call, let's go ahead and get started with victories. Tell me something good. By the way, I hit mute all, so when you guys are coming on the call, you're automatically muted. So just hit your mute button, it'll unmute you, and you can join in and share some good news with us. Get us started, guys.
Something good. We got an executed contract without even seeing the buyer or the seller yesterday. Yay!
Awesome.
And family time. We got to spend time yesterday on the couch. My mom made dinner. Yes, and I ate so much. I regret it. And then today we're doing family time again after I get some stuff done. So
give your mom a hug for me, okay?
I will.
Tell her I'm pre-ordering my what is it, rum cake? Is that what it is?
Sure. John, he's got it. You got it.
Tell Jackie I said hi. I could see her in the picture. Hi, Jackie.
Hello.
Good to see you, girl. All right, give me some more victories. Love seeing your faces.
Good morning, everybody. I am going to the closing today, and I got a listing for rental yesterday, and I'm going to have 2 more listings for sale today.
Love it. So proud of you. Congratulations. Feels good, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, we need that. All right. Anybody else? All right, we're going to get started then. So I'm going to jump right in with sharing my screen, and we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. And I don't want to share it here. I want to share it on my iPad, so hang with me. All right, if anybody else has anything good to share, go ahead, because I forgot to log in on my iPad, and that'll take just a few moments. And while I'm looking down, so you guys just talk. Somebody read that ID number to me. That would be cool.
ID number for the chat?
Yeah, 214-165.
398.
Thank you, Tara.
Welcome.
You know what's cool? I know that I spend a lot of time with all of you when I recognize your voices. I don't even have to look at you. I love that.
Morning.
Yes, good morning. How we doing?
Whose voice is that?
That's Brian Jones.
No.
No? Oh, it's James.
Yes, yeah.
James, you're looking like a rock star, my friend.
I appreciate you, sir. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm just grateful. I really am. I'm grateful, buddy. By the way, I saw your post on Facebook, business on top, party on the bottom. That was awesome.
That's our new normal. You embrace it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I like that. I really do. I almost put on a sport coat for you guys this morning, and I'm wearing shorts, of course. Right? And I thought, nah, I'm not going to do that. All right, so I'm ready to share my screen. We're just going to go right to where we left off yesterday. And we're talking about pricing ahead of the market. And first of all, whenever we start to have this conversation with someone, the first question that I'm going to get is, are we in a shift? And the answer is, it depends. And by the way, on it depends, I got to tell you guys ahead of time that my good friend and amazing rock star with Keller Williams Realty, and by the way, if you're in a noisy background, guys, please mute yourself. Or if you're making noise, please mute yourself. My good friend and leader with Keller Williams Realty International, Dick Dillingham, will be joining us on our call Tuesday. And Gary Ubaldini, where I started my real estate career 20 years ago. Gary and Nikki Ubaldini with the Gary and Nikki team. He will be joining us on Monday. So whenever someone asks me, are we in a shift? My answer is, it depends. And what that means is it depends on the location and it depends on price range. And right now, from what I'm seeing in Coral Springs, Parkland area, everything below 400,000 is still high in demand. And when you get above 400,000, you start to get into some price ranges that are 4, 5, 6 months and higher. So here's what I want to share with you. All right. Worked on my practice run, and now my pencil's not working. Isn't that fun? All right, here we go. Using finger. Not bad. All right, so this line is time or money, and this is days on the market, so time. And when you're in a market that's doing this, and the last property that sold is here, you can price your property here and it'll still sell because the market's going up. In a seller's market, the last home, and this is script. In a seller's market, the last home that sold creates a new floor. The next home will sell for a little bit more. Now, here's a challenge. Same diagram. We still have money on this side, and we still have days on market here. When you're in a market that's doing this, and the subject property is here, and the last comparable property that sold is here, we're pricing above the market. And what typically happens is the seller, somewhere around 30 days out, is going to drop their price. The problem with that is the last property that sold, the value of that home has come down as well. So we're still above the market. And then 60 days out, and I'm sorry for the rough drafting, guys, I'm literally using my finger here. 60 days out, the seller is going to lower their price again, and the price of the comparable property has dropped again. 90 days out, same thing. What we're doing is we're chasing the market down. And in this scenario, it's not so much that the seller is going to get less money for their home, it's that their home may not sell at all. In other words, let's take 2008, for example, and we went from a market where 50% of our inventory was selling every 30 days in 2004, 5, and 6, to a market where 10% of our inventory was selling and 1 out of 3 properties would sell, period. In other words, a seller would have to list their property 3 times in order to get it to sell. Now, what you want to do when you're looking at a market where you've got greater than 6 months of supply of inventory, if the comparable property you're using sold for $600,000, you want to price your subject property just below the comparable property. If the last property that sold in your neighborhood sold for $600,000 and there's greater than 6 months worth of inventory, you want to price your property maybe at $590,000, maybe even lower, depending on how many homes are for sale. So let's put this in real numbers. There's 21 homes for sale between $550,000 and $600,000, and there are 3 homes selling every 30 days. In order to be one of the 3, you have to be top third in condition and bottom third in price. So where do you need to be in order to do that? I'm going to go right to shift, and I'm going to go to page 145. I'm just going to read something to you from Gary. And Gary says, in a falling market, buyers have no faith in current prices. In a falling market, buyers have no faith in current prices. So even at $590,000, a buyer is concerned, they're afraid to make an offer because they're afraid the properties are going to drop even more. So in a falling market, buyers have no faith in current prices and fear of paying too much. Now, the other option would be, again, we have money and we have time. And comparable property sold for $600,000. And we're going to price our property at $600,000. Well, the problem with that is we've priced it based on the last property that sold. However, we're in a market that's falling. So we're behind the market. Okay. So here's what a market typically looks like if you look at it over time. In other words, values go up, values come down. But the trend line for the most part is values are going to go up over time. The question is, if you look at the 4 stages of a market, you've got an appreciating market, you have the peak. This is where we are right now, my opinion, right? Based on data. The next stage is depreciating market, and then you have the bottom. If you looked at this in past tense, or if we were to go back in time, this was 2002 through 2006. This was 2006. And this was 2012. Okay. The best agents are brutally honest with their clients. I'm going to take you off screen share for a moment, and then I want to talk to you. All right. Unmute yourself and talk to me. Tell me what you're seeing. What do you hear? What questions do you have? What ahas are you getting?
Mine is that I absolutely need to learn those graphs and the conversations around them instead of just winging it, to have these conversations with our clients, especially one that wants to come on the market this week at a higher price than we agreed on a month ago.
Yeah.
And what would you say is the very best way to master these graphs and the scripts around them?
Yeah. I will share an email to the office, Tara, that will link you to, first of all, this video. And I don't know if everybody has noticed or not, but these videos are now going on my YouTube page, and I'm sharing my YouTube page with you guys. Tara, I will also share a video link from the Ohio Valley region, where Jim and Linda McKissick are owners of that region, with some incredible videos that I've been watching. And I would just watch those videos over and over again, and then just get out pen and paper and start practicing.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Anybody else?
Yeah, John, I've got something.
Yeah, Michael, thank you.
So I think this is really powerful. In a falling market, buyers have no faith in current pricing and the fear of paying too much. I have been doing my care calls, and through those care calls, some opportunities are starting to show up organically, which is great news. And they reached out to me about a specific property, and one of their thoughts right away was this: the property is currently priced at $430, and with the way the market is looking, I bet we can get it for cheaper.
Yeah. So buyers are looking for a good deal, right? And my question in that, the conversation is, what's your definition of a good deal? Because you're not going to be able to get this property at a price that is considerably below market value, right?
Right.
And how long are you planning on living in your home? Is the
Yeah,
first question, and I'm going to ask that buyer, right?
Okay.
And the next question I would ask them is, do you make money when you buy a home or when you sell a property? If you're going to make money, and remember guys, your home that you're living in is shelter. It's not an investment, it's shelter. And by the way, Melissa, thank you for answering Brett's question. Awesome. And Michael, I'm going to answer your question really quick, and then I have a guest coming in that's going to join us.
Awesome.
You make money when you sell your home. You're not making money when you buy your home. And how long are you planning on living there? And in the meantime, keep in mind that your home is shelter. And ask them, if you were to rent this property versus purchase a home, how much money would it cost you per month to rent it? And let's just say the answer is $4,000. Then you're paying $48,000 a year to live in this property. And by purchasing it, you're actually gaining $48,000 a year because you're not renting, you own. And if you stay on the property long enough, even if the values do come down, they will go back up, and you're making money when you sell your home. How's that, Michael? Is that good? Cool. Scott Toombs, join us, man.
Hey, John. How's it going, buddy?
Dude, I am just grateful to be here with this amazing group.
What an amazing looking group of people. Great still shots.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah, and Scott, I'm super grateful to have you on the call. And I know that we're very limited in time, so I just want to jump right in and ask you, tell us who you are. In other words, give everybody your bio.
All right, perfect. Hey, I got into real estate in 2005. 9 months after getting my real estate license, I launched my first Keller Williams office. I was 34 years old. I have an owner of multiple Keller Williams offices. I've been a regional director in the Ohio Valley region, a mega agent, a bold coach, a head coach. I've grown up with this company. I've gone through the last shift, and I hate to say this, kind of looking forward to this shift. So that's my bio, John, just very quickly.
Yeah, so that's an interesting comment, looking forward to the shift. I understand that. And I have felt exactly the same way, other than I certainly wasn't looking forward to what we're dealing with now, right?
No, not at all.
Tell us
what circumstances behind this are horrific.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
So tell me what's similar between this, what we're seeing right now, and 2008? What do you see in common?
Well, I see what we control being the common factor. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of things out of our control right now. There was a lot of things out of our control in 2008. And we still have a lot of things that we do control. We control the way that we think. We control the actions that we take. We control our health. We really do. We have a tremendous amount of control on some items. And just like in 2008, we have very limited control on others. And where we put our focus and our time and energy, I believe, is going to be the multiplier of difference when we come out of this.
Yeah. Scott, if you could just tell us, what is MAPS doing? What is Bold doing in order to support the real estate community right now?
Okay. Well, number one is I think we're really doing a couple of things. Number one, it all started with Gary. Gary went out to Mastery clients and literally cut their bill in half. So our Mastery clients for April and May, instead of paying $1,000 a month, are paying $500 a month. That's a $20 million out of Gary's pocket just to continue to support. Bold, of course, did what Bold does. It pivoted. It created a 4-week program. It dropped its price from $799 to $99 so that we could get people in a place of accountability and action. And most importantly, what MAPS has done is they've adapted and pivoted with the moment. So they're teaching the message for the moment, the conversations for now. Again, what we have to understand, guys, what is the biggest fear people have? I know a lot of people are on mute. What do you think the biggest fear people have is? I'll share, John.
I can answer that question, but I was waiting to see if somebody else would jump in and answer that question.
I know Michael looks like he was leaning up. Maybe not.
not having enough money or to support themselves?
Yeah, well, not having enough money. And here's the thing, it's the unknown.
Yeah.
Is the
Unknown of where this money's coming from. It's the unknown. And I want you to understand humanly, and this is what MAPS and my coaches have been teaching me, is if you're driving down the road, how many of you, just raise your hand if you've ever driven a car or been in a car or seen a car? Okay, that's almost everybody. If you're driving down the road really fast and there's a turn that comes up and it's a blind turn, you can't see what's after it. What do you do when you get to the curve?
Slow down.
You put on the brakes, you slow down. That is human nature. Everything in your body right now is telling you to do that because you don't know what's around the corner. And what you've got to do is understand that that is just your safety. What you're going to have to do is gas it down and understand that you're going to get around the corner. But I don't want to say speed, yet the drive into it and not slowing down is going to make it so much better on the other side.
You know, Scott, I want to share something with you that's just brilliant. And I was having a conversation with Amanda Light yesterday, my MAPS coach, incredible. And I want to read to you what she said to me. She said, when most people feel uncertain, they turn up their S and slow down to gain control.
Yep.
And that was such an eye-opener for me because as a 99D, it's just the opposite of what I do. I want to press the gas to the floor and go even faster. And it was an eye-opening conversation for me because I needed to understand that most of the people that I have the privilege of leading are not speeding up. They're slowing down.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Everyone's different. You know, it's the same situation for every person, and we're all taking it in through our view of it. And what we can do is go back and learn from the past and understand that markets have always moved, and they always will. What we have is a unique multiplier to this, and that's the coronavirus and the economic impact of what shutting down the country is going to look like. This is all new. This has never been done.
Right.
So there is a lot of unknown.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of things, John, that haven't changed. And this is where I think the beauty of our business and our opportunity, when Gary says head down, heart up, is every single person. You know, Cody Gibson shared this with me a couple of days ago, and it just profoundly impacted me. He says, as real estate agents, we have the opportunity to be the light in people's lives. And right now, how many of you have watched the news, heard the news, or anything like that in the last 14 days? Has it been positive?
No.
No. There are
Not at all.
people in their homes right now who are waiting for a call of just encouragement and care. Not selling real estate.
Like that.
Well, yeah, you're going to dig. We talk about digging a moat around your database. I'm telling you right now, you will dig a moat so big if you come from your heart over the next 60 days with your database that no company will ever get across it.
Yeah. Love that.
That's the opportunity. Sorry, I get a little passionate about our databases.
It's all good, man. So listen, I told you this would go really fast, and we're almost out of time. Yeah. And give us just one last piece of advice. If you were a real estate agent in Coral Springs, what would you do right now to prepare for the future?
Okay, what would I do right now? So it's a great question. And I'm going to give you two quick answers. Number one is I want you to write this down. This is a quote from the book called Atomic Action. Habits.
Yep.
For some reason, I wrote down Atomic Action. So there you go. Every action is a vote on the type of person you wish to become. Every action is a vote on the type of person you wish to become. So the question that's been asked of me is, what do I want to be remembered for during this time? So what actions am I going to take every day to ensure that that's what I'm known for? So if I said one thing, guys, let's come from the heart and let's be in relationship with our database. I know that you've heard it before. You're going to hear it again. That's where the opportunity lies for you. You might not feel it now. It's like slowly, then quickly. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to get into the monotonous, mundane, boring. I'm going to be in contact with my database because I care about them.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's
So,
what
Scott,
I would do, John. Super simple.
You brought amazing value today. Thank you. Yeah, I know there's a few people who want to chime in. Absolutely, please. Absolutely, Scott. We got 3 more minutes. Yes?
3 minutes, yep.
Let's go.
I'd love to hear a question or a takeaway.
I would like to piggyback on that because I think that I just saw Dillingham, I don't know how to
Dick
pronounce
Dillingham, yeah.
About mindset, and he just reminds how easy it is to be dragged down because of the people. So it's not only reaching out with the people and go in their direction, but it's also staying connection and keep it up, and uplifting their mindset and not just touching base with them and just complain like they are, because many are complaining, but trying to bring them in a good mindset.
Hey, Lisa, I love that. And this is one of my favorite speakers says it this way. In times like this, we've got to be the lighthouse.
Love it.
We've got to be the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Okay?
Good stuff, Elsa. Love it. Anybody else?
Job.
Any questions?
No,
okay.
We're good.
So, Scott, I appreciate you so much. I am looking forward to Bold Pivot in May. I think the timing on this couldn't be more perfect. March was a good month for a lot of people. I think April will be fascinating, to use a bold term. And I think May, June, and July is when we're really going to start feeling what this is going to look like in the next 6 months.
I couldn't agree more. The reality of it is we still feel warm and cozy because we've rushing to get our deals done.
Yeah.
The impact of this is 30, 60, 90 days away. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I can tell you that it won't look like what it does today.
Yeah, it's going to be different. And and here's the gift of this. If we were meeting 1 day a week for 7 weeks in a typical bowl, we would have an awesome experience from that. However, under the current market conditions, the fact that we are meeting 3 days a week, I believe each Zoom meeting is 2 hours, if I'm remembering correctly, is so much better for the market that we're in today. And it just gives us an opportunity to support one another. It's a community of support. It's a community of care, and it's a community of growth. And I am just excited to be a part of that. And I'm super excited that you're coming in as our leader, Scott. Thank you for
Hey, John, I appreciate that. Hey, thank you, everybody. Y'all have a great one. I got to jump another Zoom.
All right.
See you in South Florida. Get registered.
Thank you, Scott. All right, everybody else. We've got 5 more minutes. Jump in and talk to me. What can I do for you guys today? Share ahas, questions, anything you want to talk about.
I've got a couple of ahas and thoughts.
Yeah.
I've already kind of shared it in the group chat, but right away he said something very, very powerful that Gary Keller said, head down, heart up. Right? And it goes back to the atomic habits deal, right? Every action is a vote on the type of person you'll become. What will you be known for?
Yeah.
I think that hits home for a lot of us.
And I think, and maybe I heard that quote the way I wanted to hear it, but here's what I heard. Every action is a vote on the type of person you want to become. Correct? Yeah. Who do we want to be? How do you want to be remembered? Alan Waxman was sharing something on our Waxman group leadership Zoom that we do daily. And he was reminding us that it's important to pay attention to the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you draw a circle, inside the circle, write down the names of the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with. Then write down or make a list of all of the books that you're reading. Today, in this new normal, make a list of all of the Zoom trainings that you're participating in. And here's what you find. A year from now, you will be the same person you are today, other than the 5 people you spend the most time with, other than the books you read, and other than the classes you're attending. This is a great time to get dialed in on personal growth and supporting one another.
John.
Yes, hi Jeff.
So the deal came together yesterday where we had that $9,000 appraisal shortage. We ended up asking the buyer how much they love the house, if they could see themselves living there, and obviously that they want to take a chance of maybe letting someone else take it away from them. The buyer settled for patio furniture. Patio furniture maybe was worth $2,000 at the most. The seller was able to do what they had to do because they needed a certain dollar point in order to move on to the next property they're buying. But that was the solution, was just keeping everybody talking and focusing on what was most important to them.
Good stuff. Thank you, Jeff. Guys, I want to share one more thing with you really quick here before I let you go. I was watching another video this morning and I heard something that I thought is super important that I pass on to you. So let's talk about the luxury market for a moment. And you're looking at those upper price ranges, so 750 plus. The luxury buyer's confidence is driven not so much by their job, but by their net worth. And for a lot of the buyers, their net worth is driven by the stock market. And the stock market has seen major loss and major volatility. So what do you think the mindset is of a luxury buyer right now? Is it possible that that's the reason you're seeing homes priced above $750,000 sit longer? Is this a conversation that you should have with your seller? All right, somebody take yourself off mute. Share an aha, let's go. Good morning, Alan.
Hey, John, how's everything going?
Good, man, grateful.
Good. Oh, are we all? I'm just grateful to be here, honestly.
Yeah.
I have a couple things. First thing is I am looking, I don't know if anybody on here is familiar with Lake Worth, Smith Farms community, or the Park Vista school zone. I have a buyer, very willing, interested. We've seen everything on the MLS. They just haven't seen anything they like. Their price range is anywhere from $300 to $350. It's a hot range. Anybody has anything, please let me know. Shoot me a DM or something. Perfect. Also, through some care calls, I've a couple of clients of mine have properties selling in other parts of the country. And I was wondering, what's the best way for us to market it into Keller Williams, like in just Keller Williams agents, or how can I help the sale of that property?
Okay. Command Kelly, make sure that the person that you're speaking of has downloaded your app, and also through various Facebook pages that are specific to Keller Williams. Start with Bold and go on the Bold Facebook page and make a post there. Okay. And if anybody has advice for Alan, please reach out to him. If anybody has a property that fits the description of what he's looking for, please reach out to him. Alan, one more thing. Put a post on the Coral Springs Facebook page and describe what you're looking for so that your entire community of Keller Williams Coral Springs agents and family can reach out to you and help support you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you got it. All right,
I have a
guys.
quick aha today.
Yes.
Could be a bit fundamental, but obviously we all been going through some things. earlier in the week, I heard some news from my family. Some people are sick and not doing well. So the past week has been, tough getting up in the mornings, been pretty sluggish and feeling bad about myself. I had a call with Tara yesterday and committed to being up extra early today and getting on the calls with James Shaw and you today, and being very productive and forward with my thinking today. And it only being, what time is it right now? I don't even know what time it is.
9:04.
Only 9 o'clock. I'm actually feeling really great inside and out. The wife is still sleeping, and I'm making some great conversations online and listening to you guys, and it's definitely brought my morale up. And it's those simple things and little tweaks that we do that can definitely change your day in big ways. So I have great expectations for today. I feel absolutely amazing. It only being 9 o'clock in the morning, and I appreciate everybody on this call and Tara Carter for holding me accountable as always, and getting me up and moving.
So James, a couple questions for you. So you're on the call today, more than likely because Tara reached out to you and encouraged you to get on this call.
Yeah, she listened to my how I've been feeling, and the first few days she was like, yeah, you're going through some family things, take time, reach out, love up on them, but we got to make sure to get back moving, not just for the sake of real estate, obviously, but just for my own well-being. And I mean, just the likelihood, the mindset of my wife, just being around her and being slow and sluggish and sad and stuff like that correlates over to her. And I've been seeing that. And yeah, that's definitely what's got me moving.
I'm so glad to hear that. I really am, James. It means the world to me. And if this call helped you, I have a favor to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Would you reach out to a couple agents that are not on the call that should be? Share the link with them and encourage them to get on the call next week.
Will do. I definitely will.
Yeah,
I will.
All right, man. I love you, brother. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I love you
really
too,
am.
John.
I really am. Guys, you're making a difference. You really are. And this is tough. It is for everyone. And will there be fewer homes sold in April? Yes. May, June, and July. This is something, it's a marathon. James Shaw said this morning, it's an ultra marathon. And I agree with that. Here's what I also know, that how you show up will determine the results that you get. And just because the market shifts and there's fewer deals doesn't mean that your level of success has to change. Choose the results that you want and go get your unfair share. Make it a great day, everybody. I'll see you Monday.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
My pleasure,
Thanks, John.
guys. My pleasure.
Thanks, John. You're the best.
My pleasure.
Thank you, John.
Yep.